So much discourse around bachelorette trips and them getting like extravagant and out of hand and all that. As a 2023 bride, I want to share with you guys some of my best tips for planning a bachelorette and why as a bride planning my own bachelorette was actually one of the best choices I made in this whole process. I know that may be like a hot take and kind of taboo, but let's get into it. So I think I'm qualified to speak on this because I actually planned my own bachelorette in Miami. I can't believe it's almost been a year. I did it in May last year and I got married a month later in June. So my younger sister was my maid of honor and she did plan a lot and she did help me organize a lot of the things, and so did a lot of my friends. But when it came to actually planning everything, planning our destination, the weekend we wanted to go, it was all up to me. So the reason why I actually did that was because I'm the one who's most familiar with all my friends' schedules. I have a lot of different friends from different friend groups, so necessarily not everybody is close, and I feel like I'm like the glue that like ties them all together. So it made sense that I was that point person. The other reason why I thought it made more sense for me to plan it is that I am a full-time content creator. I did have the opportunity to partner with a lot of brands on this trip and I was going to be making content about it anyway, so it just felt like a natural thing to do. Even if I was not a full-time content creator, I just personally feel a lot of stress like giving all that responsibility to another person because I know my friends really well and because I know what I wanted out of this trip. Just to like manage my expectations and also to make it really fun and keep it all going, I think it made sense that I was like the go-to person. And then what I did was I kind of delegated certain tasks to certain people. Example, I have phone anxiety, so I made a list of restaurants and some of my friends made those reservations on my behalf. And then also too, if you have a crafty friend, you can get them to help with merch. My sister really helped me do all the sweatsuits, helped me design them, all that stuff. So my second tip is that if you are doing like a destination bachelorette, I would say to be very mindful of your destination because you want to make sure there's multiple ways to get there. You want to make sure that there are places that you can stay. So lots of hotel options, lots of things to do. A short and direct flight is just key for any bachelorette. I feel like the objective of a bachelorette is just to spend as much time with your friends as possible and make memories. So the shorter amount of time it takes you to get somewhere, the better. So I ended up choosing Miami because we were all pretty familiar with the destination. Miami's super fun, but only a 3-hour direct flight from Toronto. We ended up staying at Lifehouse south of 5th, which was really central. You can either do an Airbnb or a hotel. I was working with this hotel, so it made sense for us. Bachelorette parties are optional. I know it can be disappointing if your friend can't make it, but I feel like you have to really respect people's boundaries. I kind of surveyed my friends while I was newly engaged, and a lot of my friends were like, where are we going? Like, what are we doing? Like, they were so down and so excited for a bachelorette trip, which is why I ultimately ended up doing something away. It get really expensive, even if they are only just paying for their own travel and not doing anything extra. Like, it is expensive. Also too, I feel like if they are good friends, like you guys already have that type of relationship, but like I said, bachelorette parties are optional. I also personally feel like if I was in a scenario where I either couldn't make a bachelorette weekend for one of my best friends or if I couldn't do it for financial reasons, I would be really honest about that. At the same time, I would still want to make it up to them and like take them out to brunch or go get a pedicure, like to prepare or something, like, you know, just so you guys can have quality time and it's something less expensive on like your end. Number 4 is merch is cute and all that, but goodie bags do not have to be expensive and they're not necessarily necessary, but like the best ones are really thoughtful. I did a lot of DIY for my bachelorette items and I feel like those were the items that my friends loved the most. And when it came to bachelorette goodie bags and stuff, I financed this all myself, but I was also lucky, like I said, to work with brands, even with these custom shot glasses and things like that. There are so many less expensive ways to make them feel custom. Like for example, I got all those little mirrors from the dollar store. I went to a Japanese dollar store and also got those little shot glasses that I ended up using the Cricut to write everyone's names on. And then also too, I was really mindful that I didn't want to fill up these goodie bags with junk. Like I wanted things that the girls will actually use. So I feel like there's no actual pressure to do goodie bags, but if you do, you definitely can do them inexpensively. Also just doing like chip bags, snacks, like, you know, that whole thing, like a little letter to each of your friends or like beading friendship bracelets. I feel like that's just like super cute. This is also super random, but while I was on a girls trip for my friend's birthday in New York, we all bought matching pajamas at a souvenir shop in lieu of goodie bags. I think it'd be really funny if you all bought like the same matching like corny souvenir at your destination, like a pair of like I Heart Miami shorts or like the pajama pants that we did here. And I feel like that could also be a great alternative and so fun. So I realize this is getting painfully long, so I'm gonna split it in 2 parts. Part 2 coming next.